This Māori New Year, Matariki, all about the stars and like thinking about things past and into our futures here. But here we go, we're going to start the match, and with the absolute quickness, we see Zach on Tenpai going first, and
no, I believe he went second, and Yuri just passed immediately, right? Because he has 5. Did he draw for turn? Yeah, he had 5 cards and drew for turn. So it looks like Yuri immediately just passed his first turn.
Right. And now he's off to the plays now with the Spirit Gates card and the Summoning Beast coming down, ready to search. Getting hit with a Veiler there. That's going to stop Yuri from being able to have an additional normal summon as well as not being able to search cards.
Yeah, very interactive gameplay right here. We see both players have points of interaction.
And setting 1 and passing, the Summoning Beast only having 0 attack, so not worth having an attack in there. But now we see Pot of Prosperity. This should be opening up all the plays for Zach here to get himself into the game.
Yeah, we can see that the game did start off a bit slow considering both decks we've seen in the past couple of days, past day. Both decks are capable of just flying through the games. Now, we can see here that Zach's activated Pot of Prosperity, so any damage he deals now is halved, which sometimes is an issue for the Tenpai deck, but we've seen they can easily put well over 16,000 damage on board.
He opted not to take the field spell, instead going straight for the tried and true Chandra, because that's going to be able to do everything there, and an infinite permanence stopping that, so still gets to attack through for
750 damage, I believe.
Yeah, nice bit of chip damage there, but it gets that monster off the board. But the problem with this now is suddenly that Yuri has a Fiend with 0 attack and defense in the graveyard, so he's able to use that. If he does draw something like Spirit of Yubel, as you see, he'll be able to discard it, paying his cost, and then summon that same Spirit of Yubel back, being able to search for the Nightmare Pain and just getting all his plays started there. So maybe it would have been better to leave that on the field, but nope, nothing there. Sets 2 and passes.
Wow, this is a very strange match we play. Both players have opened multiple points of interaction, and not much past that, so there will be a bit of back and forth of interactive cards, and it will just be a matter of which player is able to tap into their deck's engine sooner. We can see that there's a Ghost Mourner in Zach's hand.
Yep, can. And he pokes in for a bit of damage with Chandra, met with the Infinite Permanence, and that's flicked back to Yuri now, who's starting his turn with the opening the Spirit Gates, discarding, and summoning Chaos Summoning Beast.
It's a very strange game state indeed.
Yep. Now he's got that back on the board. He's able to discard Cross-Art Designator for the blue Unchained main deck monster.
That is not one we've seen in other Yubel lists, the Unchained Solo Shyama.
Just going out to the box there, just to be able to check this one. Yeah, so Shavara's the red one, and it must be Shyama, which is the blue one there.
Yep.
But he has put them together for an SP Little Knight, trying to get rid of that Chandra off the field, and any sort of pressure.
SP Little Knight does have 1600 attack, which is enough to attack over that Chandra.
I think you'd almost wish to just like try and banish the Chandra, in all honesty, like just get rid of it so it's not able to be special summoned out of the graveyard by like Tenpai Fadra or something similar.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're proceeding to the battle phase, and start a damage step. Chandra is going to be able to activate its effect. It's going to be searching out the Fadra there. Fadra is got a continuous effect, meaning fire dragon monsters are not able to be destroyed by battle. So, yep, Chandra is going to live there. Fadra attacks over the top of the SP Little Knight. I believe they both have 1600 damage, but because of Fadra's effect, he is unable to
be destroyed by battle.
Yeah.
Very astute observation. Now we see the Biden summon. He has Kokami Meru Drago, which we've seen might be able to put in work.
Bestial Magnamode as well, and Was that? That is the Loving Defender, I believe. That is. We haven't seen a lot of that because a lot of the extra deck. No, this is the Tenpai player, and he's putting Loving Defender there. Is he playing on Super Polymerization? Woohoo! This could be an absolute blowout for Zach if he's able to get to it.
Man, I really do love how both players have really spicy strategies lined up in their deck. It does definitely show why they've gotten as far as they are today.
Here we go. Loving Defender comes down here.
Sorry, that's the Spirit of Yubel.
Spirit of Yubel. Sorry, I was getting so excited about being able to see that fusion finally on the screen here. But yeah, Nightmare Pain, popping the Spirit of Yubel there, destroying it by effect, allowing for a search and a special summon off the Spirit of Yubel's effect.
I do believe I see an Ash Blossom in Yuri's hand. So, you know, with the Ghost Mon on Zach's side, Ash Blossom Yuri's side, both players have points of interaction. And in this game, you want to see like a good amount of balance between, you know, interactive cards and your own deck engine cards. So once you have a good combination, you're able to play quite well, you know, going first and second. It's just the unfortunate case where you open too many of one and not enough of the other.
Yeah, we saw that in one of our early feature matches when Michael Dwan opened, I believe, like 5 or 6, like sort of board breaking, going second cards, point of interaction, but nothing to actually like start his own plays.
Both players going lightning fast.
That's good. They're all well practiced. They're well versed. They've probably played this match at least a couple of times over this weekend already.
So I do believe there is some residual damage from the Ghost Mourner, right? Did the Ghost Mourner target anything?
I believe it hit the Unchained Soul Yama. So if the Yama goes to the graveyard this turn, that's when you'll be taking the damage.
And there it goes.
Nightmare Griffin. Now, this is a very interesting card. It's got a bit of a very annoying effect where any monster that is not linked, like has a linked monster pointing to it, its effect is actually, special summon monsters are actually negated. Normal summon's fine, but special summon non-linked monster is going to be negated there.
Yep, and Nightmare Griffin does pair well with the Beatrice that we were talking about earlier. He's able to potentially set something like the deck lockdown and then set it back.
Yeah. And even better, look at this. He's by going into Muckraker and then bringing the Nightmare Griffin back, which is a fiend. He's locked Zach off that upwards arrow that Nightmare Griffin would normally be giving him.
Yeah, this is a very, I would say, a more unique take on the Yubel deck compared to the ones we've seen.
Certainly isn't. Certainly is indeed. But Sangan Hyman comes down and training the Forbidden Droplets.
Yep.
Discarding a lot of cards out of his hand here.
Is he not also just getting rid of the Kaiman?
He
does not appear to be getting rid of the Kaiman as well from the Forbidden Droplets.
That is a very risky play indeed. That could have been at least like one other like
he could have conserved a card in his hand. But we'll see how this goes through. So we see the Chandra come out, and with the Gryphon and the Phantom of Yubel being negated, Chandra will be free to activate its effects. Or multiple effects.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth like pitching another card out of your hand to discard the Muckraker. It's not going to be doing much on this turn anyway.
Yep. And the downside with these Yubel monsters having 0/0 is that if they don't have an effect protecting them, they're just going to be destroyed by battle regularly.
Yuri still has the Unchained Soul Yama in the graveyard there. Having a look through. Goes into Bident Dragon now, which gets hit with the Ghost Mourner. We're out of Zach's main phase now, so it can be responded to with the Ghost Mourner.
This is also problematic because Zach won't be able to summon Transcendent Dragon as easily, if at all, and Transcendent Dragon was his way to prevent that Yama from activating, exactly. And also pushing a lot of damage.
So we go to main phase 2 almost immediately, and goes into the Typhon there. Typhon bouncing back the Muckraker and electing to leave the Nightmare Griffin on the field. Passing to Yuri's turn now. He draws for turn.
Do want to note that now that the Gryphon's effect will also just be active.
Yeah, indeed. So that does mean that now Yuri is stuck with having to any monster he special summons has to be point to a link zone, so he gets the effect there, but he's got like 3 there. He's got the left and the right of Griffin as well as the upwards as well. And as you see, Spirit Yubel special summon to a zone that Nightmare Griffin points to, so is able to activate and resolve its effect.
Both players playing extremely quickly as well. It's only been 14 minutes, and a lot of action's been happening. I'd imagine we're close to approaching the end of this game as well.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing multiple like Yubels coming out here with the Nightmare Pain still active, and with Zach having a 2,900 attack Typhon on the field. Yeah, this could be easy damage for Yuri to force a game 3 here.
See that Yuri's extra deck doesn't play the Access Go Talker that we saw in the last round, so he won't have that avenue to quickly end the game.
Yeah, so that makes Nightmare Pain almost even more of a feature in his strategy here. And as you can see, crash, 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 3 times 2,900, that is well over 8,000 without the Biden Dragon actually being able to activate here. Zach fanning his graveyard, thinking about life, about the rest of the game. Biden Dragon goes to activate his effect, and now we can see who's going first, who's going second, who's going to break into game 3. And yes, Zach, mind gamed, Tenpai player, going first game 3, choosing to. Banished on 6 cards, gets hit with Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, but that means that his Sankin Kaiman is free to activate and resolve.
Yep, so he's going to be able to summon that Hydra, and we'll see if there's another point of interaction. It does look like Yuri does play Effect Veiler as well, so if he's had that, that's the way. But now that there's the Sankin summoning that's going to be active, he will now be immune to a lot of the other points of interaction.
This is a very bold play from Zach. Let's see, but if he's just going straight in for the Heavenly Spheres there, he doesn't need to commit that field spell to the field. Cosmic Cyclone, 1,000 life points, and say goodbye to the Super Polymerization. I hope Zach was not banking on that to carry him forth.
Infinite Impermanence as well.
Eek.
This might... Oh, and there's a Nightmare Throne. A very nice set of opening cards for Yuri.
Absolute stones on Yuri's side there.
Able to search that Samsara D Lotus.
Now, even though Spheres' effect has been negated by the Infinite Impermanence, Zach is still able to tribute it for cost, which will allow him to activate the Graveyard effect to summon Kayako Meru Drago.
Yeah, a card that we've seen in multiple side decks for the Tenpai deck players. It's got 0 attack, 0 defense, but as do a lot of the Yubel cards, so it's actually going to be very bothersome to deal with.
Exactly. Hopefully he's managed to keep a Infinite Impermanence or something similar in the pocket, and no, he has not. We see a pass from Yuri straight back there, so that Kyakumira Dragon is going to continue to have 0 attack and defense, but keeping in defense mode is just all Zach might need to take this game.
Well, sometimes you don't even need it to attack someone. Its effect is all you need, right? Or you just got to stop the Yubel monsters from being able to summon anything. So I think his strategy was to be able to access this as long as and if he's got 2 lines of defense, he's got the Super Polymerization as well.
You see a bit of nerves from Zach here. He's getting a little flustered there. He just needs to chill out. He knows what's going on. And
Zach